Section A. Listening. There are 3 parts in this section. Write all your answers in the spaces provided in the answer booklet. For each part, you will have 30 seconds to study the questions in the answer booklet. The CD will be played only once.
Part 1. Alice and her classmates are listening to a talk in the school hall. Listen carefully and choose the best answers for questions 1 to 5. You have 30 seconds to study the questions. You may start now. Listen carefully. The talk will begin now.
Good morning. My name is Mary Poon, and I used to be a pupil here. I started Secondary 1 in 1994, but left in 1998 when my parents moved abroad. Just like you, I felt quite nervous when I first came to the school. In Secondary 1 and Secondary 2, I concentrated on my studies. But towards the end of Secondary 2, I felt more confident and started getting involved in school activities. I found I was good at speaking in public, and I was asked to be the Master of Ceremonies at a school event because of that. I took part in several inter-school speech festivals and also entered a dubbing competition organised by the Students' Union and won first prize. Now I am a permanent voice actor at a local TV station, but it hasn't been easy. To be a good voice actor, you have to speak fluently, clearly, and naturally. I had to work hard on my pronunciation. To get it right, I spent hours listening to cartoons and foreign films. Doing the recordings was very tiring. The first time I dubbed a short video clip, it took me 4 hours. The video was only 10 minutes long. I've had a lot of encouragement from my parents and teachers. I'll never forget what one teacher told me. The only place you find success before work is in the dictionary. That teacher is someone you all know, our principal, Ms. Agnes Lamb. Then she was my amazing English teacher. I hope my story has inspired you to pursue your goals despite any difficulties you may face. Remember, challenges are there to make you stronger and make life more interesting.
Check your answers now. Number 1. How long was Mary Poon at the school for? Number 2. Who is Mary Poon's audience? Number 3. Why was Mary asked to be a Master of Ceremonies? Number 4. What important advice did Mary receive? Number 5. What is true about Mary Poon? This is the end of part 1. Please go on to part 2. Part 2. Alice is talking with Matthew about their teacher Miss Chan's farewell party. Listen carefully and choose the best answers for questions 6 to 10. You have 30 seconds to study the questions. You may start now. Listen carefully. The conversation will begin now.
It's so sad Miss Chan is leaving at the end of the year. We should have a collection and buy her a gift.
I think we can do better than that. Why don't we have a farewell party for her as well?
That's a good idea. We could have it after school, on the last day of term.
The last day of term is okay, but I think it would be better to have it at lunchtime. Everyone might want to rush off after school.
OK, that would work, as we have her class before lunch on Fridays. We can get the food as soon as the class finishes.
Get it when the class finishes? Won't that take too long?
You're right. Let's buy it on the way to school then, and hide it in the classroom cupboard with her gift. In this way, we can give her the gift as soon as the lesson ends.
That's certainly better. I can ask my mum to make a cake, and we can have that for dessert. Shall we have sandwiches for lunch? We can have them cold. It's easier to bring than hot food.
Yes, that's fine. So, what gift shall we get her? I'm sure she would like some flowers.
Maybe, but flowers die quite quickly. Let's also give her something she can keep for a long time.
What about a nice scarf? She wears a scarf almost every day at school.
Okay, flowers and a scarf. Can you get those? And I'll get a card and ask everyone to sign it on the day.
Can you also buy something nice to wrap the gift in?
No problem. See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Check your answers now. Number 6. When will the party be held? Number 7. How does Matthew feel when he says, "when the class finishes"? Number 8. Put the following pictures in the correct order. Number 9. Why does Alice think a scarf is a good present? Number 10. After talking to Alice, Matthew will buy a card and This is the end of part 2. Please go on to part 3. Part 3. Alice is talking to her father about applying for a voluntary position at the community centre. Listen carefully and help Alice complete the form. You have 30 seconds to study the form. You may start now. Listen carefully. The conversation will begin now.
Can you help me complete this form, Dad? I want to apply for a volunteer role at the community centre.
That's a good idea, Alice. Why do you want to be a volunteer?
Well, I've got lots of free time once school breaks up in July. And I want to help other people.
Great. It's always good to help other people. So you can write that as your reason for volunteering. Now, what else is on the form? What days could you volunteer on?
Well, I can't do weekends. On Wednesday, I go to my swimming class. But I could work on any of the other days. Oh, the centre's closed on Mondays and Thursdays.
In that case, tick the other boxes. Now, they want to know what kind of work you want to do. Think about the things you are good at and enjoy doing.
I think I'm quite creative. And I'm good with young children. I also enjoy playing tennis and badminton. I'm in both teams at school. I hate cooking, so I don't want anything to do with preparing food.
Okay, maybe you should tick these 2 boxes then. This question is about any leadership roles you've had. Weren't you the badminton team captain last term?
No, I was the secretary. I only took up the captain position for a week because Sally was sick. She'd got better before we had our first match. I can't put that down. But I was class monitor in my last year at primary school. Does that count?
Yes, I'm sure it does. And you can put down swimming and playing sport as your interests.
Is that everything I need to fill in?
Just your name and email address.
OK, no problem. Alice Kwok. ALICEK@fun.co.hk. All done.
This is the end of section A. Please go on to section B.